Well, as you see, if you look at the last Aero India uh, and the one before that, I think in the last 4 or 5 years, our portfolio has continuously started growing, and I think it'll just move in that direction. So we don't make the big hardware that Air Force requires. I mean, we don't make aircrafts or things of that nature. So ours is more a role of subsystems and component level supplies. And I think in that area we continue to expand our activities. You know, I mean, I wouldn't say success stories from that perspective because uh, our getting into defense itself 8, 10 years ago was, in my opinion, the right thing to do, and that itself is a success story by you know from whatever we are doing and whatever we are getting into, because we didn't have any of these capabilities 8 years ago, and we have created huge capabilities in 8 years. And I think with now the Honorable Prime Minister's mission, which the Honorable Defense Minister talked about, of making India Atmanirbhar in the defense space. I think this everybody is taking this pretty seriously. The very fact that the LCA contract was given today for 86 aircrafts is a great testimony to India's march towards becoming self-reliant in the defense sector. Because this is this is this has been debated for many years in terms of are we capable of producing a fighter aircraft. You know, and I think after all that debate, quietly people have worked, uh, uh, whether it's HAL, whether it's DRDO, whether it's ADA, wherever else, and they have created that capability. So this is India, and I think we have to look at India in uh, in the eyes of how our leaders look at us. We are a resurgent nation, and if you look at the budget that came out, it's a testimony of what the new India is going to look like. So I think we have to be far more self-confident and far more capable and make it happen. I don't think we need any more tie-ups because we have enough tie-ups. I think right now we are expanding the capability within our organization in terms of talent, in terms of people, in terms of products, and we are also expanding the product range with the tie-ups that we already have. So I think now is the time to participate in this new resurgent India, participate in the whole Atmanirbhar program, and see what best you can do. I mean, every Indian needs to think that how can you contribute more towards building this nation to a highly different level than where we be. Actually, you'll be surprised. You know, although the virus has created, the whole pandemic has created a huge disruption in our economy, in our way of life, in people. I mean, many people have had to have very hard suffering and hardships. At the same time, the good thing that the virus has done is, awakened all of us and make us work far more efficiently and make us work digitally. If we had told India Inc., or let's say India in general, that and if there was no virus, that please make a plan to work digitally, we would have made a 5 year or a 10 year plan. All this happened in 3 months. Okay, and it all happened because there was no choice. It's the same thing in the initial period of the pandemic when we were struggling to find PPE kits, we were struggling to find masks, we were struggling to find ventilators, we're struggling to deal with the medical treatment side of the problem. How quickly we solved it as a country. So that speaks volumes about our direction, our nation's leadership has given, the Honorable Prime Minister has given, and how the nation has risen, at a level where it is performing at some fantastic output. And that's one thing we have learned in the pandemic. I think, I have one simple message. I think, everybody needs to look at a resurgent nation. You need to start looking at India in a very different context. You need to start looking India as a nation that can make things happen on its own. It doesn't need all the time help from outside or hand-holding from outside. And I think whether it's our startups, whether it's our defense companies, whether it's our businesses in other areas, I think they are proving it every day. So that's my simple message.